This is a video that I'd like to record that basically goes over what you're seeing here is my Hackintosh Snow Leopard desktop. I just built a system and built it on a pretty aggressive budget of about $600. Now this system, if you were to go out and buy something like this, it would run you. This compares to the highest iMac, which is around $2,000. This system was built for $600 plus a $200 24-inch monitor, which puts it at $800. Now you can compare that to the 27-inch iMac, and although it's not a 27-inch screen, it's a 24-inch screen. The processor's faster. It's got all the bells and whistles. Pretty much. It's got FireWire, Bluetooth, you name it. So anyhow, it's a great option, and it certainly might not be as aesthetic and nice as having an all-in-one unit, but then again, I'm not paying $2,000 for that as well. So anyhow, what I'd like to do is just kind of show you some of the parts that I used to build this system. Okay, and so what I'm going to do is go to Newegg and show you some of the parts that I used. I also used a blog off of Tony Mac x86's site. We'll go there after I show you the parts. One of the main components is the motherboard that I used, and it's a Gigabyte P55M-UD2. You can get that at Newegg for right at $105. It actually fluctuates. I've seen it for $99, and then it goes back and forth between $100 and $105. That's pretty inexpensive for a i7 board. This is actually an i7 and an i5 board. It runs the newer chipset, the 1156 socket type, and it's the P55 chipset, and it's a pretty amazing board, and it's pretty cheap. Now, what I used for a processor was an i7-860, which is a 2.8 gigahertz Linfield processor, and I paid cheaper than that. It says it's $280. I got it at Micro Center for $230. So quite a bit cheaper than here at Newegg. So Newegg's a great place to look up parts, but you're not always going to get the best deal, but for the most part you'll get pretty good deals from them. The video card that I used was a 9800 GT GeForce card, and so it was an EVGA 9800 GT. It was 512 megabyte of DDR3 memory. So you'll find that. Let's see, right here. This is the exact card that I have, and actually, this is it right here, I believe. And anyhow, they match the price. Actually, I think it's this one. This is it right here, and it's $120. It's a very good video card, and those are the main components. You can pretty much use any hard drive that you want to use. It's the things that are the most particular about building a Hackintosh is your motherboard and your video. Those are the things that are the most difficult, and you've got to pay really close attention to what you use. I'm going to click on here about this Mac and show you the system. Now I am using 4 gigs of Corsair XMS3 memory. It's actually 1600 megahertz, but for some reason it's recognized as 1333 megahertz, and I will look this up, and you can see this memory. It's dual channel. Probably ought to put that in there. Dual channel. This is it right here. Actually, Newegg had it for right at $99, and Micro Center matched their price, but I'm not finding the exact same memory. What don't I put in here? 1600. This is it. This is the memory that I got right here. Okay, and the nice thing is that Micro Center, where I got it, they had a $30 rebate, so I actually got it for $70. I'm seriously considering going back and buying some more, because it's a great match for an i5 or 9-core i7 system. I run the i7 860, so that's a pretty good deal. Now let's go to the method of how this was built, and that is where Tony Mac's site comes into play. And the easiest way for you to find it is just to go to Google, type in Hackintosh Snow Leopard, and you'll come up with this site where you see, should say Tony. Actually, you want to search on Hackintosh and P55M. What I liked about his site was that he specifically tailored his the Hackintosh build specifically to the P55M, or actually he pretty much covers all the P55 boards, but the one he recommends is the P55M-UD2. And so if you go to this site right here is where you can see, and this is the method that I use right here. This guide right here pretty much got me up and running with a Snow Leopard Hackintosh in a matter of about 2 hours. I followed it to a T, and before I know it, you have the system that you see here on the screen, just from following the guide. Now let's look at the quality and how the system responds. So I'm going to click on Steve Jobs' presentation on the iPad. Anyhow, you get the idea. The system, performs just like a Mac, even though it's not a iMac 27. It's far more inexpensive than an iMac 27, and I'm quite pleased with it. So I will be looking at buying me a laptop, a Mac laptop, just because it's very difficult. Although there's some systems that you can build on that you can find compatible laptops, like the Sony Vi and some of the Dells, and you can build those out. And when it comes to laptops, it's just better to just buy a Mac laptop because you're getting a very solid machine. Yes, you're going to pay for it, but that's one route that I probably won't take, the Hackintosh route. So anyhow, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I encourage you to visit Tony Mac x86's site. I could not have built a system without his guidance and all the people that contributed to the site. So special thanks to Tony Mac, and I hope that you're encouraged to go out and build you a system as well. I do encourage buying the Snow Leopard retail DVD. I certainly don't encourage using patched DVDs off of BitTorrent unless you want some Trojan in the background or a virus that you don't know about until it becomes more obvious. But anyhow, have a nice night, and thanks again. Take care. Bye.